with the gooey remains of the mimic in front of you. Nice shiny gloves in your hands. At this point, it is. Where's my time? At this point, it is just past noon. What'd you guys like to do?
Gotcha. Okay.
Well then,
Yeah, go ahead.
I see why it was double chained.
Yeah. That was a mighty fine foe to have. Where did you get that?
That came as an extra chest from the Nightshade crew that they couldn't ever open. Maybe it's a good thing they didn't.
That wasn't malicious, right? So like they probably
No.
didn't know this. Okay. Yeah.
They told us to take what we wanted from there, and we chose to take it. And they said that they never been able to open it.
Perfect. What other items were you able to procure?
So I have. I'm gonna pull out the sending stone,
Ooh.
and I had a pretty interesting idea with them. And then I also have this bag of holding, which I will be storing this evil sword into.
Are you pulling it out?
No.
That's what she said.
And then
Did we both do that, Mikey? Did you do
We
that?
both did.
Yeah.
Oh, John, I need to show you this. It's
Woo-hoo!
a blanket.
It's the first one. That's AD&D, baby.
Yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. Continue.
Okay. I shake my head after I hear about the sword. Never mind. Okay.
But yes, the bag will help shield you from the temptation of this sword.
Right. It's not necessarily the temptation that gets me. It's more of just I don't want it to get into the wrong hands. I believe that I will be fine, and I have methods of protecting myself from said object. Yet,
Speaking of this sword, tell me a little bit about it because I tried to dispel whatever magic lies within this, and I heard a voice mocking me back.
so very long time ago, me and Maddie were engaged in a relationship, and it involved her doing a lot of precarious activities, being over at her theater, and we had this thing going where I would get the items, we would be able to get them shipped out and on their way. But we noticed especially a group of individuals that had lived here before, that there were objects of a seedy nature that made their way to Port Davali, and we felt it necessary to get it out of people's hands, but at the same time, they were just temptations. They were tempting to find out what these objects held, what they could do for us, and how they could probably, protect us. And me being just, the person that I am, I picked up this one object. I picked up this one item, and within several hours of coming out of a stupor, I realized that many things had happened without me realizing it, and there was a certain amount of coin that came along with that, and I didn't stop myself. And Maddie also started to look into these nefarious items as well, and we kind of got hooked into trying out these different items, but this one in particular, we both were attached to and had affinity towards, and we finally realized after the demise of one of our close friends that it would be better to put this item away. And I thought that it had been completely disposed of, but obviously not.
Tell me about the voice that I heard. Who does it belong to?
I don't. Unfortunately, I don't know. Like I actually lose my memories. I lose what it is that attaches me to that object when I engage with it.
Well, we need to find a way to destroy it. I wasn't powerful enough by myself to destroy it.
These objects have made their way from different parts of Exandria, of I don't know where, and it's been such a long time that I probably couldn't do the the backlog. I couldn't find out the paperwork. I bet I couldn't find out where these objects came from, but I do know that the family that was trying to gather these items left Port Damali, were kicked out, and supposedly made their way to Whitestone in Taldore. And so they were evil.
So how do you propose we defeat this, or to get rid of this evil?
The individual that was in charge at the time at the what is it called? The Cerberus Assembly. The individuals in charge of the Cerberus Assembly, at one point I did not trust the Archmage of Antiquities. She happened to be the same person that was kicked out of Port Damali all those years ago. And in her place, there was certain individuals that were up for the job. And I just never had the chance to speak with the Archmage of Antiquity that took her place. Yes, and ultimately, if I had the opportunity, I would take it there. And if the possibility of having it disposed of were within my grasp, I would do so.
Okay. DM, is there a fireplace in this in these rooms or halls up here? Is that what that is?
Yeah, there's a fireplace right in the middle in your room.
Then I'm going to drag and throw the mimic into the fire.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, it's kind of disintegrating and stuff as you're doing it, but yeah, you're able to pick up the thing, throw it in the fire. The flames themselves start to turn like a deep purple black color, and after a little bit of time, a rancid smell reaches your nostrils, and then the flames go back to normal.
How long
Okay.
do we have until the auction?
Is that a question for me, or are you guys asking each other?
It's more for you because I don't remember
Okay.
what they were.
I think it's
All right. So today is Welsin, which is a Tuesday, but Welsin the 22nd, and it is going to be on Delayson, so Saturday the 26th.
Okay.
So you guys have 1, 2, 3, 4 days.
We need to, we need to get to our the security detail that I requested from the Celeso. We need to get somebody in there and start that whole process.
I agree.
I believe it was you, Xander, that said that you would want to be part of the detail because of your ability to change.
Yes.
Um,
However, my worry is with us trying to accomplish this task, are we going to have interference from Eldora?
so that's a good question. We could, we'd have to scout out that location as well and see what her dealings are with
My
the
thought
Exalted
was
Auction
that
House.
these sending stones, if I were to keep one on me, you'd be able to hear my entire conversation, correct? Should I use it?
Basically, magical walkie-talkies.
Does it have one charge, or is it sending stone? Like
They are
One charge per day.
they're a pair of sending stones. Once sending is cast through them, it can't be used. Yeah, once per day.
So my question is,
one
if
charge?
I go and meet with Eldora and talk about the mischievous stuff and trying to get back Maddie and everything else, could I have it broadcasting our conversation to you and the Myriad so we can have her permanently removed? Or the Marquis, I mean. Do you think that would be enough to remove her, have her arrested, or put to death, something?
Basically, the sending stones mechanically, you'd touch it once and use the sending spell, and it would take your next 25 words that you say and send it through to the other stone.
For the Zalezo, I think that they have already been somewhat infiltrated. We know for a fact that the mercantile guilds have probably been infiltrated as well. That's a good question because, like, as you said, could that be a loose thread that gets in our way this coming Saturday? Yes, absolutely, because it is a variable that we do not know if we could pop up at any point and make things miserable for us.
Everything's just been a little bit too quiet, even with our partners in the Nightshade. They haven't really heard or seen anything.
Right. Yeah, I mean that could be normal. I mean, and like Anvea and I had already discussed with the individuals at the Salezo. We know that that two factions of the guilds have been not necessarily infiltrated, but the Mercantile Consortium and the Artisans Guild are having the toughest issue right now. And there's a good chance that those have been not necessarily infiltrated, but messed with by Eldora and her little band of pseudo myriad individuals. We could go talk to them, but at the same time, that means that we will be wasting a little bit of time to put ourselves in that position to be the security detail for the auction house on Saturday.
I mean, I can go and start learning the job while we're in the next couple of days, the layout of the place and stuff. If we can, I just feel we have to have some type of temporary solution for Eldora so she doesn't jeopardize this whole thing and we're back to square one.
And she could, yes.
Or use us as a distraction and try to get the object herself and throw us under the bus.
Right. But we don't have any reason to believe that she would want the crystal ewer. I don't think that there's any reason why she would want it.
Could we steal the item and plant it on her? Or another valuable item on the inside?
That is a good possibility. That is not That is not a terrible idea because I guess the objective here though is to get the item back to my boy.
We could do our
to Denfro
mission still.
because
Or maybe we can.
Denfro wants the item.
Yeah, and we could still deliver that. But I'm saying to get Daldora temporarily handled, what if we stole something of very great importance from like the governor of this city and dropped something of Aldora's that we find in her home inside where we stole it and plant the item in her home?
It could be.
That's enough attention to keep her busy for a little while.
And it all depends on how much she's infiltrated the Silezo. What if they find it?
Do that too.
Yeah, they find an item in her possession, and she's like, "Yeah, I've never seen that item before," and yeah, you guys I'm already paying for, so get out or whatever. But yeah, that is option. Oof, this is a tough one. Who else should we get to be with the detail, the security detail? If you're one, should Anvea go as well?
I think you guys were talking Eldrin too last time, and I think it's okay if we want to just play him till Doc arrives or
Right.
what have you.
I mean, we could definitely send Eldrin with you, Valnar, and have Anvea, or yeah, Anvea could come in because she could also slip into the cracks into a form and investigate things if we really needed to.
Right.
I don't know if Eldrin brings much to the table as far as what it comes in there because of his attitude, but
does he have an attitude? Yeah. I've been watching the Critical Role episodes with Tiberius.
Oh, same.
Oof.
I haven't seen an attitude yet. I'm on episode 5 though.
I'm at episode 26.
Okay. Is it really that far in?
Yeah, it's interesting.
I thought it was like the first 10 episodes he got kicked out, but okay.
No, 27th. Anvea, you have a message. You can also change. No. Can you change? Can you change into? Oh, no, you can change into animals. You can change into whatever. Can you change into
like a guard dog?
Do you have the ability to make yourself different? Yeah, do you have disguises? It doesn't look like it's right. Detect magic, charm person. Goodberry. Ooh, Goodberry sounds really good.
Clerics can adjust their spells on a long rest as long as they know them, correct?
Yeah.
Clerics and druids know all of their spells. And so
Wizards
on a long rest. Wizards as well.
Okay.
I did not know this.
Yep. You can.
Yeah.
You can prepare whatever you want. It's just that you have to do it right after your long rest.
Yep.
That's why Jester has the appropriate spells for, a lot of the time that they go into.
Right.
And that's why realizes that she got rid of healing.
Right. That's yeah.
But you're the cleric. You're supposed to be able to heal.
No, she's a trickster, okay?
I'm definitely going to do that once we take our long rest after cleaning up this mess. But
so yeah, I'd say let's either take the opportunity to go get with the Silezo and go get with the Mercantile Guild. Sorry, not the Mercantile Guild, the Exalted Auction House, and get 2 people on that detail. Or we go talk with the Mercantile Guilds. We may also need to go see if we can get this tapestry put up for auction, just as a ruse. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. I will. I can take on Van, head over, and we can get recruited, and you can set up the sale.
Okay.
We can give you the sending stones too. Like,
Okay. I will take one sending stone. I will give you the documentation that Lieutenant Haima had provided me for the security detail. And who you will talk to is probably Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Hamar. He is a big, giant Goliath person. Very loud, very quick to the point. So be very brief with your responses, and just let him know that you are the two people that I have sent to be the extra detail for this Saturday.
Is
You
this the
should also.
guy you wanted me to shapeshift into and just go retrieve the item?
Maybe, and that's the thing too, is like get a view of every person that you that you see in that office, because at any moment, we could use the ability to shift into either Lieutenant Heimer, Victor Zoram, who is the asset manager. You've already seen Vaskir. He's the idiot that we caught in the Wave Chaser, right? That we beat the living snot out of, but then let live. And then there is, shoot, you haven't seen Violetta Bold, but there is another man who is like the director at the main desk in the Salizo headquarters. His name is Draxus. So if you get a visual of what those guys like, those four people would be good to shapeshift or to realize that you can shapeshift into or disguise yourself as.
Do we know what the item that we're after looks like? Can we
Yes.
create a replica?
That's what I am going to go do that. I am going to talk with the Mercantile Guild, and I'm going to talk with the Artisan Guild, and I imagine one of those two places I will be able to find glass blowers, and maybe we can create some kind of ewer as in crystal or in glass, and then replace it really fast, because crystal and
Well, I can
glass.
absolutely turn into the Goliath guy and go in there with my bag of holding and
Right.
swap it.
Exactly. We have the bag of holding. We have the the sending source. There's a lot of things that could go right with this this plan, but there are also all of the things that we should probably look into that could go wrong. And yes, just like you said, with Eldora, that is a loose thread that we may have to see her behaviors as the course of the week goes.
Valner, can I have you roll a history check for me real quick?
Absolutely. Absolutely more.
Can I use prestidigitation to kind of create like a mini figure of Hamar, so then Xander knows what he looks like?
Ooh, yeah,
10.
I think so. Okay, 10. So yeah, on Vea, you're able to do prestidigitation and just create something that fits in your hand, a small image of Lieutenant Hamar, and you see a pretty big Goliath, bald, just like how Valner described him to you.
I could use this.
Yeah.
Well, let's get some sleep. Well, I've got most of this mess cleaned up.
So the Exalted Auction House is open right now. I'll go do that. Actually, yeah.
So
Let's do that first. I need to go to the Merchants Guild and the auction house.
With
You
your
wanna do that
history
tonight?
check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, what was that, Hawk?
I was gonna say, are you wanting to do that tonight before we sleep?
Well, it's noon.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
that's
not
right.
even 1 yet. In the afternoon.
Well, I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself to turn into him. Hamar.
Okay, go ahead and roll a performance check, since you are trying to replicate a replica.
I would say like you could go meet Lieutenant Heimer like right now while I go to the auction house, and get everything prepared with the tapestry, you could go meet Haimar, and maybe he can start the process of getting you guys to go over to the auction house as well and learn what your duties might be. And then we'll meet there, and then after that we can go to the guilds.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do that. So, Anvaya, go ahead and take him back to Lieutenant Haima, and then I will go on my way to the Exalted Auction House to take this tapestry.
Do you want to turn into a bird on Vea and be on my shoulder once we get close? Or would you rather be a dog?
It's a tough
She's
decision.
already been there.
Yeah,
but-
Anvea's already been to. Lieutenant Haima knows what she looks like. That's the thing, though, is like, do we want her to be part of the detail, or do we want Eldrin to be part of the detail? I think she's going to be the better person to be as part of the detail with you, because she can just all of a sudden be Spider and gone.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So yeah, let's send you and Anvea, and then take this document to Lieutenant Haima and have him go through the process of getting you onboarded to be part of the detail. And I will meet you at the Exalted Auction House, but I will need the tapestry.
I'll hand it over.
So luckily I don't have that. Onvea has been studying it, and the sword has been reallocated to a different cloth.
My custom roll was a 1, but I get to re-roll ones, so it was 16. So I am not tempted by the sword right now. Sorry, above game.
Sword's in my bag,
Yes.
so the tapestry's not around the sword.
Right, but him thinking about the tapestry, he's trying to gauge if he's going to be like, can I see that sword one more time?
I see. I was like, I didn't bring one.
The one sword to rule them all.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Valner, as you're kind of thinking about, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? There's just a little itch in the back of your head of there maybe should we maybe check with Denfro? Something. Maybe there was something else you guys needed to do there, like accept the job, maybe.
Oh, I haven't accepted the job. Okay, I'll go to I'll go to oh shoot, I wrote it down over the week too.
That's all right.
I've got to go to Follies. So yeah, I'll go to Follies first. I mean, they're it's going to take them a long while to get onboarded. So I'll go to Follies and then I'll double back and go to Exalted Auction House. So yeah. Let's do those.
John and Holly, let's have you guys roll d20s. Add your initiative modifier.
16. Oh, nice.
21. Okay. On Vea and Xander, it is. Okay. As you guys are going to split the party, it is currently nearly 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys are...
Can we say that all of that activity of just sitting there and talking, short rest?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Solid short rest. I'll bump this up a little bit because I think it was noonish.
Spells on a short rest, right? Long.
Only the ones that count as short rest things.
Let me go check. So I can never remember with a cleric. That's the thing. Clerics and druids, I think you guys only need an hour to switch spells. You can change your list of prep spells when you finish a long rest.
Okay.
Right.
And yeah, you need to. It requires time spent in prayer and meditation, at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell that you switch out. So,
and sometimes a cleric's channeling divinity or whatever it might be. Sometimes it's a short rest, like my
like you'll regain. uses on a short
My
rest.
my emissary of peace, which bumps up my charisma persuasions by 5 points,
Oh yeah, short rest recharges it. Cool.
and
Yeah.
my rebuke the violent, both recharge at a short rest. So okay, let's go.
Who should I look like when I go to meet Hamar?
Yourself. I would say to look like yourself.
Okay.
Because you are already you are a formidable looking individual, and so I would say that you're seeing you and seeing Anvea. Number one, he's going to remember Anvea, and number two, he's going to see a formidable individual as yourself, and be assured that you would be a good detail for security. And then from there, we can you can change your appearance and stuff like that, and find yourself in other locations as another person, and then they'll be caught in bad situations or whatever.
Right. Off we
Okay,
go then.
cool. I will head to Folly and tell Deadfro that we are going to take part in this activity.
All right. So
Awesome.
Anvea and Xander, you guys go to head out. Is there any particular path that you guys want to take to the Zalezo headquarters?
As we walk out of the Hook and Seeker, is there anything like anybody watching us? Up on buildings? Up on buildings?
Go ahead and roll me a group perception check.
Do we see any Zalezo as we walk out the building? 15.
Pull up my cheat sheet.
18 for me.
Yeah, this will be a good idea of what you just said, Xander, that we what if Eldora is watching us all the time and finding out what we're doing. So
Okay, so we've got a 15 and an 18 and a 9 perceptions. So on Vea, you're kind of trying to keep an eye out, but you're also keeping an eye on Valner with the tapestry. But Xander and Valner, you guys are looking at all the rooftops, looking behind all the corners and stuff. You guys do see a couple Zalezo just walking down by the, what is that, southeast corner of the street before they turn to go more towards the docks. But you guys do not see any assassins or any shifty figures among the handful of people walking down the street right now.
Cool.
So nobody? We good?
Nobody.
Okay. Shoot. Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
We'll take the quickest route to Hamar.
Okay. That'd basically be following the path that the Zalezo just took, coming down here. I'm just showing on the map that I've got, coming down here to this main walkway, passing by the marquees, and heading over to the Zalezo headquarters.
You put in my stuff. Or is this
I
mine?
did. Yeah, this is yours.
Okay.
I logged in, yeah.
Did you like my red light district?
All of this?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, right. There's 4 brothels in
There's
here now.
4 brothels, baby. I decided to put that one in there just for Scanlan short halt. I figure that dude would know all the brothels inside of. Anyway.
Oh, absolutely. So as you guys are traveling, go ahead and roll me a d20. Let's have Holly do it. Actually, just a flat out d20, not an ability check or anything.
Mic off.
Random encounters. Okay. Anvea, as you are walking. As you guys are walking, you get down to the kind of the cusp of the larboard light before you cross the river over here. And on Vea, something kind of piques your interest as somebody's talking. And they say, sorry, I gotta find my notes. This is what I get for reorganizing. Anyway, you hear somebody say in hushed tones, like, no, she's the real deal, okay? She read my palm, and I'm telling you, I'm about to meet somebody that'll be, it'll just be amazing. Yeah, she's over in the Gilded Esplanade. Yeah, you gotta ask around though, because it's kind of a hole in the wall place, but you gotta do it. And then, yeah, put you over here. Do you want to do anything with that information?
Reading palms, that's interesting. Hey, Xander, do you know anything about reading palms?
Reading palms?
I don't know.
Or
We're
poems?
talking about it.
Poems or palms?
Like your hand.
Mic on.
Palm reader.
Palm reader, like a clairvoyant,
Witchcraft is what
Or-
that is.
or like a shoot. What do they call them?
Real guidance comes from
Snake charmer.
real guidance comes from the light, not witchcraft out of your hands.
Xander, you use your hands to cast magic sometimes, bruh.
Xander's gonna smack his head so this weird voice goes away.
Who was that? Sarah and Ray?
I mean, it could be fun. We could have our palms read.
We're kind of in a timely crunch here, but if
Sort of.
the beautiful lady wants her palms read, we can make an exception.
I'll make a mental note, and we can do it on the way back.
All right.
We'll walk over there.
You're gonna walk? You're going? You're leaving me? Okay, I'm following.
Over where? To the people?
Palm reader.
Oh, straight to the palm reader? Okay. So they just said it was the Gilded Esplanade, and you'd have to ask around once you got there a little bit. How much of this do you want to role play?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Have I?
How much of this do you want to role play? Do you want to walk all the way there? Do you want to run into people? Do you want to ask the people that were just talking about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the people that we heard. I'm
Have
just
I-
gonna politely
Have I
say,
already met the man that I'm going to marry?
Yes.
Disney friends. Can you
Oh.
tell me where I might be able to find these palm readers I might have overheard?
Go ahead and roll persuasion real quick.
Just so you know, Valner does FS spell called Ceremony.
Well,
He can marry people.
For only
They go,
25
"Oh."
gold, I can marry people.
And you see this. Oh my gosh! Why my mind immediately went tiefling. So this is a tiefling girl, probably in her 20s or so, and just goes, "Oh my gosh! I didn't realize I was talking so loud." Kind of blushes a little bit, and
Mic
goes,
off.
"Yeah. So I was in the Gilded Esplanade, and I saw some people that were talking really cool about like this fortune teller that's over there, and." She's like super legit. Anyway, she's kind of over by where like the bigger buildings are and everything. I don't know any of these street names, and I'm not gonna make them up on the spot because I will forget it instantly. And she kind of starts detailing that there's like this tucked away nook of an alleyway, and there's just a handful of shops that are kind of makeshift anyway, but then there's one that's a really old building, kind of secluded and stuff. Describes like some almost occultist type decorations and stuff laying the place out. Like once you go down there, you can't miss it. And it's
do you happen to know a name?
you what?
Do you happen to know a name?
Oh yes, this one is actually called the Gilded Veil.
Of the lady that does, or the person that does the palm readings?
And the lady is Nyx.
Nick.
She's so wonderful. She's actually one of those cat people. Jessica, you can't say that. They're tabaxi.
Boo. Cats.
Can I tell if she's telling me the
Yep,
truth?
Jessica.
Mic off.
Go ahead and roll an insight. On Vega, you can as well, if you would like, or assist.
7.
7.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, nice. She seems almost way too peppy. You're not sure if she's telling the truth or if it's like a trap.
Well, friends, I definitely appreciate your kindness, and I will let them know. What was your name again?
Yeah, my name is I'm Maya, and this is Jessica. Oh wait, other way around.
And Jessica.
This is Maya, and I'm Jessica.
Jessica and Maya. I will let them know that we were referred to you for their business, so maybe perhaps you will get a free palm reading when you come.
I don't know if they do that, but if they do, that'd be so cool.
You know what? Thank you for your time, and I'll give them each 1 gold piece, and then we'll be on.
What? And their brains melt. No, just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is so much more than I'm making the entire thing. Oh my gosh. And just with your passive perception, the amount of noise that's being made and everything, you guys are getting a bit of attention right now.
I will do like a majestic little half bow and say good day, and we'll walk away.
Right.
Gotta quit handing your money out.
Did anybody
The light
take
will
the
provide.
gloves of missile snaring?
Question.
Believe
You
that was
guys
on
would have
the,
had time to divvy that up if you guys want to do that now. You're welcome to.
Yeah, I think that was on Van.
I added them to my inventory.
Okay.
Anyway,
Let me know if you're going to use them.
It's very
We'll take
similar
note
to
on
that
everything,
monk ability.
and
Mic
we'll
off.
head back towards Hamar.
Okay. Yeah, you guys keep walking towards the Zalezo headquarters. Don't pass anything else really of interest other than you Onvea recognizes that there's still some picketed protesters across the street from the Marquise and heads into the Zalezo headquarters. You guys are met again with the same DMV vibes of the line and all sorts of windows where there's people sitting behind. And you guys wait probably, let's say, like a good 15 minutes or so. And you're able to meet with somebody up front. You show them the paper signed from Lieutenant Hamar and Valner, and like basically detailing all the, I almost said detailing the detail info, but that's kind of what it is. The guard job, and you're let back through. You're taken through a series of rooms and stuff, and eventually you make it back to the main office, so to speak. And you are greeted by Director Draxus, who's sitting in front of you guys. And since you haven't seen him, I don't think I've actually given him a description yet. Anyway, he's a nice guy. And Director Draxus looks up at you both. Says, "Oh, Anvea. Actually, I don't think he knew your name yet." Anyway, he looks up at you and goes, I seem to recognize you. What can I do for you both?" Assuming you hand him the paper over.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Perfect. Yes, right that way. It looks like you have everything in order. Go ahead and speak with Lieutenant Hamar. He's not with anyone at the moment, so just knock, and his door appears to be open and directs you back that way. And
That was that was Drax, right?
Raxar?
Draxus.
Draxus?
That was Drax.
Mhm.
Do you have dinner plans tonight, Draxus?
Dinner plans.
Are you busy tonight?
Mm.
Want to go hit the bars and get drunk and sing songs?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
I'm not inviting him. I'm just seeing if he's interested.
Sorry, he likes to hit on everybody.
21.
21. Okay, he goes, I'm terribly sorry. No, I don't really do that sort of thing.
Are you the kind that just likes to go home and sit next to the fire and smoke on a tobacco pipe?
Not necessarily tobacco type pipe. I tend to enjoy my evenings with my family.
All right. Well, may it be a good one. And I'll turn to him.
Thank you.
Where we're going.
Good luck with your party. And you guys walk towards Lieutenant Hamar's office. It's kind of tucked away back in the corner, and the door is open, just like Draxus said. And as you guys kind of get closer and peer in a little bit, maybe tap on the door, you guys see Lieutenant Hamar, the Goliath that's a tall brute, bald, strong. And at the moment, he's just scribbling some things down on a paper.
Sir, we are here.
He looks up and goes, "Hey! What do you need?"
Need you to sign these damn papers so we can get to work.
Ah, a man of good taste, aren't you? Well, what's these papers for anyway?
To be on duty at the museum or the auction house so that we can ensure that items are protected from a client.
So which is it? Museum or auction house, huh? Here, give me that. Rips the paper out of your hand, kind of reads it, and goes, I just sent this morning. You guys are fast.
Sorry, a lot of assignments. I couldn't remember which one we were on.
I know what that feels like. Just in general, go ahead and roll, I don't know, like a charisma check. You can feel free to do like performance or persuasion. I guess it's more wisdom, but just kind of gauging overall read that he'd get of you both.
Okay. You want persuasion or performance?
Persuasion or performance, either way. From Anvea as well.
14 for me.
Okay.
9.
Oh, man. Ioti is cutting in and out. Okay. He doesn't necessarily pay you guys much mind as far as you guys are telling, I guess, from the way that he's interacting with you. And he sizes you up and goes, man of armor, and you look pretty strong. What about you? You look a little slender. I thought you were a princess.
Don't let the size fool you on this one. She is cunning and smart and can take on 10 men in a battlefield very easily.
She's got your testicles in a vice, doesn't she?
You want to get a good feel? Be my guest.
He just goes, nah, I'm good. All right. Well, what's in it for you guys? What do you want?
Just coin. And hustling and bustling.
Yeah, you gotta.
And to make sure nobody steals my item that I'm auctioning.
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, sounds good. We're willing to offer you. How long did you need the detail for?
Till Sunday.
Sunday? I don't know what Sunday is. Sunday is actually called Meyerson. Mirison? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's Mirison.
Mirison? Okay. We'll find it out eventually, guys. I'll get this down.
So our auction for our item goes out on Saturday, but we'd like to, have duty until Sunday to ensure it's shipped out safely.
Well, you look plenty capable to me. So tell you what. How does let's do 1 gold piece and 5 silver pieces a day.
What are we throwing water to the horses?
Throwing water to the horses. Go ahead and roll. Why can't I think of the word persuasion or intimidation?
I'm a
Whichever
soldier of the light, sir. Persuasion? Got
Persuasion or intimidation.
14.
Okay. He goes, see, you know your worth. That's good in a man. All right. How about 3 gold pieces a day, each?
That'll work.
Sounds like we got ourselves a deal. What's your names?
I am the great Xandar.
Is your middle name Great? and he writes Xandar down. Definitely misspells it. And you?
You can call me Annie.
Annie. Writes it down. Goes, all right, sign your names here. And then if you guys do sign, but he hands you the paper afterwards. And then he grabs basically like the stickers that you would see given out at the police station. But they're a little bit more formal than that as far as like a badge goes, and says, here, this is not magnetized. This is why can't I say the word? This is magically enhanced. It'll stick to your clothes. Put this on when you're on guard duty. If you're caught without it, you're let go from the job.
This seems a bit degrading of such low status here.
Very cute.
Rating. This shows them that you're a contractor for Zalezo. That not good enough for you?
Would you wear this, sir?
If I was doing the shit you're doing, yeah. Seeing as how it's middle of the day, you guys can report for your shift tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. You'll be there 8 hours.
I'll nod. May the light be with you.
Now get the hell out of my office. Thanks for the light.
I like that. Thanks for the light.
I'm having too much fun playing that guy. Sorry.
Smells great.
It's Spider-Man, man.
He really is. I need to watch more of that. Get the vibe down. And yeah, so he ushers you out of the office pretty quick. Stands up to like make sure you guys are leaving, and then closes the door behind you.
We're official, temporary Zalezo.
Yeah, you guys get.
And all.
I think I might go
You
take
guys
a
get
peek
Velcro
tonight at the
badges.
place.
Take a what?
I was talking to Envea. Maybe we should go scout out the area and just say what we're coming tomorrow. I want to get accustomed to the area.
Well, we've already scouted out the outside of the building.
Yeah, the outside, yes.
They're not going to let us in until tomorrow.
Maybe.
So maybe we can do that.
We got the badge.
I want my palm red.
All right, let's go get your palm red, I guess.
All right. You guys are able to exit the Zalezo headquarters. While you're there, I'll let you decide either a perception, investigation. I need to look at a character sheet to see if there's anything else that matches. As you are studying Lieutenant Hamar. I think that's about what makes sense to me.
Nature, guessing his anatomy and
I'd be more medicine, I
medicine.
think.
Okay.
But I'm still thinking perception and investigation. Basically, your ability to look at his features and be able to retain that in a way. That's kind of what I'm going for.
Okay. I'm gonna give myself guidance. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, touch yourself before you enter. You nasty.
Ew.
19, which is normal investigation. So
Okay, yeah, go ahead and add your guidance if you want to.
okay.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt
Dirty 20.
because you were heading in there. Okay, dirty 20. Yeah, you're able to, while he's talking and everything, you're able to assess some of his mannerisms. You're actually able to gather a little bit of his voice inflection and how he spits out his words, like he's chewing tobacco type of an approach. And then you're able to look at his skin and how like loose it is on his face. It looks like he's within the past 5 years lost probably 50 pounds of weight, and just little minute details like that as you're talking to him.
Huh?
You what?
Like an old bulldog, huh?
Like an old bulldog, exactly. While he has the voice of the head reporter guy, whatever that guy's called, the editor in Spider-Man, he's got more of the look and feel of the dude they got to play the Thing in like the 2004 Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he's
whatever
also
that guy's name is.
Storm in Baldur's Gate, just so you know. He plays Jason.
He's what?
Ketherick Storm in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I haven't met that person.
What?
Oh no, Ketherick.
Still in Act 1, bro.
Ketherick Storm is yeah, it's the same guy.
That's amazing. I've got to look this up right now. Go ahead and take a pee break if we need to.
Inspirational, actually, in Baldur's Gate. Super good.
Ketherick Thorm. Yeah, voiced by J.K. Simmons.
Yep.
The same guy.
Oh, okay. Yes. I did know that one, actually. Sorry. I thought you were talking about the guy who played the Thing in Fantastic Four.
His name is Chickless. Shoot, what's his first name?
Anyway.
Michael Chiklis. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll start walking towards the directions that we got earlier for the palm reading.
All right. Sounds good. You guys making your way over this way. Let me see if this works. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, you guys leave the Zalezo headquarters and begin winding your way over here through the Gilded Esplanade. You guys actually do pass by the Exalted Auction House on the way, kind of following some of the directions, unless you wanted to take the route down here by the tavern.
I'm gonna walk by so then Mr. Xandar here could see it.
Xandar.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys are coming up along the way, and you pass a few brothels that are not hiding what is going on at all. It feels like you're walking down the Las Vegas Strip, and then at night, I should specify.
Woohoo! I'll throw a copper at a gold statue.
Oh yeah.
Are those hookers?
Oh my Lanta. What? Anyway, I just got spammed with a few messages, but you guys continue walking and pass by some brothels, and you pass by the nice extravagant sapphire crown on the side, and then you see the Exalted Auction House come into view. The same nice, sturdy, professional-looking building that towers over everything else with its 3 levels. And the gate up at the front is guarded, as well as there's 2 guards stationed by the stairs leading up into the Exalted Auction House.
Open the gates.
Gates. You say that to the 2 guards that are right there?
Yeah.
I'm assuming. They look up at you and they go, "Oh, okay. You're one for theatrics, aren't you?"
You see this little sticker here? We are official.
They look over and go, "Oh, official, yeah? Hey, look, these guys are honorary members."
Listen up. If you want to keep Haymar's stuff waiting, then I'll let you deal with it. But if not, then move aside.
Some intimidation for me.
Dirty 20 again.
Nice. They go, "Oh shit! You're from Lieutenant Hammer? Oh, okay. Let's let him in. I know they're theatrical, but sorry guys, we didn't realize. We just thought you were Girl Scouts." And kind of open that up. What would that be? Not Girl Scouts. It's the what's Beth's camp she runs?
Oh shoot.
Wild Mount,
Yeah.
not Willie's.
Shoot. What does he say?
What? Look it up. Anyway, that's what they call you guys. And open up the gate and go, yeah, go ahead about your business.
Wildlings.
Wildlings, yeah. Thought you were some Wildmount Wildlings or something. Go ahead, go in.
Wild out.
I'm gonna, as we go in, is it how busy is it inside? Is it like on the verge of closing since it's getting late?
So at this point, it is only, it's nearing like 2:45 in the afternoon.
Okay, so is it
It's
full
not
of
too
people or is it just kind of empty?
So right now, as you're out front of it, there's nobody really heading in. It seems like it's kind of slow. Go ahead and roll a history check for me, just real quick. You and Anvea both. I think you both would have been there for this information.
16.
Okay. On
17.
Anvea. All right. So you guys remember talking to the guards yesterday that the auction house has normal business hours in the morning, typically for my brain's stupid, sorry. Typically for business ventures. Anyway, and that most of the auctions actually happen later at night. They do that so that they have a smaller group, is probably what you would assume. Anyway, at this point in time, there's not a ton of people in there. There's just some guards standing out front that are guarding the entrance, the steps that lead up into the auction house. Do you guys want to go in?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in real fast.
What would I be there yet?
Oh, that's actually a good
Like
question.
An hour and 45 minutes later.
An hour and 45 minutes later. Maybe. Let me do a potty break and think on that.
Okay.
You guys discuss internally.
Okay, this is working. I think this is good.
I'm
wanna know.
going to maybe see if I can't see where the item's being held right now while it's
Right.
not on display.
Ultimately, we want to see what the object looks like. You know, we want to get a good idea that will give Anvea the.
What if
the
the
abi-
object went missing suddenly?
Well, right. I want to give Anvea the ability to look at the object and then be able to, you know, minor image it to an artisan or something. But yeah, imagine that if it's here, it's in the basement. Would we be able to see it? I don't know, right? So, you know, I figure what they're probably going to do is like, you know, this is where you're going to be standing, this is what you're going to be doing, or blah 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 blah, and then we can figure out, you know, other things in the meantime.
Depending on how busy it is right now, and if it's being stored away because it's not going to be on auction until Saturday, then no one will know it's missing until Saturday.
Right. Well, and here's the thing too: is we could like Ocean's 12 this, right? Like the auction's on Saturday, but what if we steal it on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then when they put it out on Saturday, and they still auction it off, and then all of a sudden they realize, oh, it's not, you know. And is there any method in there for us to make said object like portray a different value for a certain amount of time? You know, like we could make it look more appealing for a certain amount of time, so that way nobody will be like, oh, like they're like we use detect magic on it or something like that, and when they use detect magic, they'll see that there's whatever on it or whatever it might be. So like, yeah, there's all these little intricate details that you also have to remember about it too. But and plus, like there's other buildings around here, so like I know that we probably can't dimension door, but that doesn't mean that we can't physically go other places. You know, like Anvea's got like what is it? meld into earth or something like that.
Filled with stone.
Meld with stone or plant
I don't-
growth or stuff like that where we can, do stuff and make other things happen. Anyway, there's just a myriad of
Love
things
that
that we can do.
theorizing.
Anyway,
A myriad of things.
exactly. A myriad of things. That's what we might call this whole Act 1 is a myriad of things.
I might. I've already got like chapter 1 wrapped up with the whole Palmaflora stuff. I've given that one a name. But yeah, we'll have to wrap up chapter 2 maybe with myriad of things. Maybe it's the entire series. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I went with
I
your
would actually say
your Shades of Zahir idea. And so like all my chapters are Unseelie Invitation,
mhm.
Maddie Unleashed,
Oh yeah.
Exalted Stakeout. I'm just being a dork.
That's great. You see most of mine, right? So 50 Shades of Zahir, I've got Dark Whispers, an Unseelie Invitation, that one as well. Diarrhea Wolves.
Diarrhea Wolves.
And then part orc, the half orc. Offensive Mimicry the last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys weren't on the call, I don't think. Hawk and Holly, were you? Because I wanted to use when I was playing Maddie, I wanted to use cutting words on that guy, and I came up with a stupid joke. That's why he put diarrhea. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, what do you call a wolf with a crippling IBS? A diarrhea wolf. Anyway, it's just
Right.
good old Scanlan joke.
Love it.
I would say that at this point, John, I think you'd probably be getting here right around that same time.
Okay, so
if not earlier. So if you want to, we can kind of and go
do
from
we-
your stuff.
do I want to talk with Do I want to talk with Denfro? Do you want to RP that?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. If you want to, we can make it quick. I'm just checking on. We've got an hour and a half.
I can make it quick though.
Okay.
I am going to walk into what is it called?
Police Tavern.
Foley's Tavern. And I'm going to look in the corner to see if he's there, to see if Denfro was there.
Denfro's there.
Is there anybody with him?
At the moment, he is free and just digging into some of his lunch. A nice juicy sandwich.
I'm going to go over to the bar and I'm going to get a drink for me and him.
All right, throw some Grey Shout Ale your way.
How much does that cost?
Don't ask me to remember that. Let's do 2 silver.
2 silver. Grey Shroud Ale.
Grey Shroud Ale.
Okay. And I am going to walk up to Denfro. And I'm going to put down his drink. And I'm going to say, "Oh, how's the weather? It's been sunny of late."
He looks up at you and goes, buddy, you're back. The weather has been pretty good as of late.
And it looks like this coming... what did we decide the name of it was? One moment.
Me. It's a Delacin. Delacin. That's what I'm going to call it. It's DA''Leysen. So Delacin.
It looks like the weather is looking favorable this Delacin. And the outside activities are going to move forward. And I lift up my drink.
He lifts up his, cheers to yours, and goes, "That's good to hear," and guzzles his quite a bit more. "Thanks for the drink."
You're welcome.
Given the whatever. Given your acceptance, then I've got way more for you. Where'd my notes go? There we go. Kicked me out to the wrong one. Okie dokie. And he goes, we've got some more information. I can't remember my voice for Denfro, so this is what you guys get. We were actually able to go back to our buyer since this morning, which is maybe odd. Was it this morning? No, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. And they're willing to offer 250 more gold.
Okay.
So, total of 1,750 gold pieces. What I'd like from you is I want to meet your team. I need to make sure you're up to snuff, and if I need to, I will plant someone within you to assist. Especially, I trust you, Velner. I really, really do. But I also want to know your plan. Know if I need to send you with a ton of coin if you're going to buy it properly.
Okay.
Granted, that'll cut into your cut for sure, but...
And this individual that you want to send, is he trustworthy?
He absolutely would be.
Inside
but I don't want to send him in and go ahead and roll. Yeah.
Ocho.
Ocho. He seems to be telling the truth. I mean, Denfro doesn't beat around the bush unless he needs to, but when he's talking about a job, he's laser focused.
Okay.
He goes, you know I don't mess around. I don't know where his voice really went, but so I would like to meet your team, get all that figured out. I've got a little bit more information for you. And he slides a piece of paper over with a couple coins and just says, thanks for paying for my drink.
Yes.
And I'm going to send this in the general chat.
You're very welcome. And just to be crystal clear, 1750, and you want to put an individual in with our party just in case.
The individual might not be necessary depending on the job you want to do, and depending on if all the characters in your party are favorable.
Okay, I will be back tomorrow morning with my crew.
What time?
It is going to be, let's say, about 9 in the morning, just after breakfast.
Okay. I just have you might actually be interested in this. I've worked with the Zalezo and I've set up a meeting with Captain Three Earrings tomorrow to discuss any plans she might have. Any options or intentions. I was planning to report back to you afterwards, but...
Is Captain Three
Earrings... It came up.
Is she out and about, or she's still under arrest, is she not?
She's still under arrest.
Okay. Yes. Interesting.
I'm happy to get back to your party after I've talked to her.
I'll take the coins and the paper, and
just 2 copper pieces, just basically making it look like he was paying you for the drink.
I lift up the mug and drain it and say, "May the weather fare well for you," something like that, and head out.
And he raises his glass and downs the last of it says to you, and the ship sail smoothly, and then downs the rest of his ale. Sets it down on the table, bids you farewell.
Danke.
I want to make sure I didn't miss anything that I was supposed to give you, because I think I gave you a ton of the stuff last time, which was like, oh yeah, Gabriel Reimer's in charge. There's like security checkpoints at the entrances. There's items that are kept in a secure location and brought to the 3rd floor, so on and so forth. So, did you have any other questions about any of that stuff? I could answer because Valner would have known.
Yes. No, not at this point. And I will head to the auction house.
All right.
I do want to find out how much the sapphire crown costs, but I'll do that after the auction house.
It's only been maybe like 20-30 minutes, if that. And so if we're looking to try and meet up, not that you guys would necessarily know, but just for ease of the storytelling,
Sure.
yeah, you've got plenty of time to go check out the Sapphire Crown.
Okay. Yes, I'll just go inside and look my best as possible to walk into a nicer establishment. Kind of clean myself up and walk in and I just want to find out how much it is per night per room.
Okay. I have it written down, and now it has disappeared, so I gotta go search a lot. Hang on. Perfect. Okay. You get in there, it's extravagant. It looks like, gosh, I can't even think of any like nice hotels, but it's basically really, really decked out. It's like if Ruth's Chris and like the legit Hilton had a baby and it was the same place.
It's like the Best Western in Logan.
Like Best Western in Logan. No, come on, we've got a Holiday Inn or whatever's on Main Street. I can't remember. But yes, it's a very upscale inn. Most of the people in there are in best dress. A lot of them appear to be noble status, and you see just with your passive perception any tips that are being given out to the waiters and the people that are carrying the bags and various items around is gold. So people are used to being paid in gold with tips. Anyway, as you go up, you see a nice, elegant woman standing there, and she informs you that there are 3 different rooms. There's the standard room, which most people of your stature tend to prefer. She says very politely, trying to make you not feel welcome, but at the same time, that they're comfortable. They've got quality furnishings and amenities and stuff, and they're great for most travelers. That runs 10 gold pieces a night. And then they have the more deluxe, spacious rooms that are 20 gold pieces, and then obviously the luxury suites are 50 gold pieces a night.
50 gold pieces a night.
50 gold pieces a night for the luxury suite.
Yes, it was much more expensive in Ankara, and I'll turn around and walk away.
Nice. Roll an intimidation. Where is Ankara?
Oh, good. Natural one. Which I get a reroll.
Beautiful. Reroll.
16. Ankara is on Marquette. It's the main it's the desert town in Marquette.
As you turn and leave, you kind of do a little bit of a peek back, and she looks a little flushed. You feel like you may have given her a bit of a lesson in judging a book by its cover.
Yep, and I curtsy as I walk out of the door. Okay, over to the auction house.
All right. About this time, you actually spot down the road quite a ways Anvea and Xander making their way towards the Exalted Auction House.
Okay. I walk up to the...
Should we say Eldrin's with you? Maybe. Doesn't matter, I guess.
Actually, I would say that Eldrin is still trying to figure... Because I don't think Eldrin has returned to us, has he?
He has.
Was Eldrin on the fight? He was in the fight, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the fight, and he also went with Xander yesterday to actually retrieve it. Or earlier today, I should say.
Yes, he did. Let's say that he's getting his rest.
Okay, sounds good. I'm good with that. All right.
I will go up to the god.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm here to see Gabriel Reimer.
Oh, Mr. Reimer, which guards? Sorry, the ones at the gate.
The ones out in the front in the gate. Yes. No. I will be diplomatic.
Okay, sounds good.
I am full of diplomacy.
I'm not sure if he's seeing anyone. Do you have an appointment?
Ah, I have a very important appointment.
Uh,
This item I am going to put up for sale.
hmm. Have you checked with the receptionist already?
Yes, I have.
And go ahead and roll deception.
Did we notice him coming down the street?
Oh, son of a...
Yeah, when you guys are coming down the street, you do notice him.
It went from 17 to 3, so 11.
Okay.
No,
They kind of.
Yeah, 11. Yeah, that's right.
All right. They're kind of eyeballing you up and down, and just go, look. If you just want to go in and get your stuff appraised, that's all right. You don't have to sit here and throw names around like Lord Gabriel Rimmer.
Or Adelus.
How do you say that?
Or Adelise.
And about this point, Xander
walk-
comes up. Oh, go ahead.
And I'll walk right by him and head on up.
Okay. You kind of walk by and just go, yeah. I don't know, man. We just guard, make sure nobody's here for nefarious reasons. Just go in, talk to the receptionist. And about this time, you see the exchange between Xander and the guards out front, and see them get all flustered, I guess is the right word, at the mention of Lieutenant Hamar. They also call him Lieutenant Hammer, and then they strut through the gate.
I will ask the receptionist if I can meet up with Gabriel Reimer.
Okay. I'm just going to rewind just a little bit. At that point, yeah, Xander and Onvea, you guys see Valner, who's just entered the gate, and you're walking up. Oh, let me actually show this a little bit. You guys have entered the gate at the end of Le thing right here, and you're walking up to the actual Exalted Auction House. Gosh, I keep clicking it. It's like a minefield.
Yep.
But yeah, Onvea, Xander, Valner, you all are meted together. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to just turn and walk into the building, acting like I'm in my post and not really knowing him.
Same here.
Okay. Perfect. You guys all walk up the steps and you get into the Exalted Collection Auction House. And let me get us moved over here. Where do I go? Like this. Anybody who's on the link for the hook and sinker, I should be able to move you over here.
Hooker and sinker.
Hooker and sinker. And let's select
Oh,
all.
what did you send in the general chat? That's interesting.
What is it?
Oh, it just has a bunch of designs. I think that's the what do you call it? Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
the one that Hawk sent?
Yeah, I think so. Ah, perfect. That is beautiful.
Those are Hawk's Father's Day presents.
Those are Hawks. What?
This is my Father's Day presents that I posted.
What the Sam H is that?
Mine's in the heist planning channel.
Where are you looking? Oh,
in general chat. There's like
in
basketball.
general chat.
Yeah, it's a basketball
Okay,
court.
I forgot to mention this.
It's like basketball court.
So Denfro, with the money, handed you a piece of paper, a rolled up scroll with the money that he slid across the table.
Oh, he's giving me. I gotcha.
Yeah. And notifies you that they are blueprints.
You got chutney dice. Woohoo! Chutney dice, baby.
Yeah.
Chutney dice. How have they been treating you so far?
I haven't rolled them yet.
Oh.
You got to roll them, man.
Yeah, roll them when you're DMing, and then put the curse on them.
That's what Game Haven Night is for, man.
Oh man.
Rolling.
And yeah, so if you want to unroll this, you could have at any point. You probably could have ducked down an alley. Probably could have opened it there on the spot. but he also was trying to do it discreetly, so it's up to you.
I walk up to the receptionist
Mhm.
and I look at the two individuals next to me, and I say, "Oh, you have badges for the Exalted Auction House, I see. Please proceed. You're much more important than my offering today."
We get Anvea back to her person instead of the
Nah,
spider.
she's a spider.
I will
All
walk
right.
to the receptionist as well, and I'll say, "Where are the items for Saturday's auctions? I'm supposed to go check in and make sure things are still there." Go off this
Uh,
list. I'll hold up just like a piece of paper that I'm supposed to be checking off.
All right. Yeah, so as you guys walk into the Exalted Auction House, I'm just going to describe a little bit. You see elegant carpets and just like the outside, very professional interior and very elegant craft everywhere. You see nice couches in this lounge area that this kind of opens up into. Right here at the front, you see a couple of like info kiosk type things where it's full of just information and bulletins about upcoming auctions and everything like that. At the moment, like I said, there's nobody else in here waiting at the reception area. It seems like a fairly slow time of the day. And there is a receptionist just standing right up at the front behind an elegant desk and big letters, the Exalted Collection, right on front of it. You guys walk all the way up. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to begin looking at the documentation that is on the boards to see if I can see the crystal Ewer auction.
Oh, okay.
But that's up to you. But
While you're doing that, it basically just says next auction, 10 items on what is that day name? Maybe I'll have to change it back to Sunday through Saturday.
right.
Delayson. On Delayson, 7 p.m. Check with receptionist for availability and everything. And a couple items are kind of highlighted, and it mentions Dragonheart Amulet, the Starlight Loot, and more. And it has some other information on past, what's it called? Past auctions. And there's, I can't remember what it's actually called. The Happy Fun Time Ball.
Oh, yeah.
What is that really called?
Well, it's the Folding Halls of Halas, but it's yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, just an enchanted orb that has recently been put up for sale, or something to that effect, just for immersion. But anyway, while you're looking at that, Xander and Onvea, you walk up and you ask the receptionist that, and the receptionist goes, hold on, are you here reporting for guard duty or what? And you see a dwarf woman sitting at the counter.
Yes, we are checking things for our client as well, but I have some business with Hamar that I need to attend to. And I just need a couple of pieces of information. Where are the items there for Saturday's auctions? What room will they be auctioning in? And the list of guests who will be attending.
You will probably need to be speaking with Tessa Ironshield, the chief of security. If you're really here from Hamar, go ahead and roll deception. I should have had you do that first. That's not bad.
Gonna touch his butt and give him guidance.
Nice.
Deception, you said? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
24.
Nice. She goes, "Oh, yes, you're gonna need to speak with the chief of security, Tessa Ironshield. I assume that you're new," and kind of looks at your badges. Did you put your badges on? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I assumed you had it. Okay. And looks at your badges and goes, I assume you're new. Follow me right this way. And she takes you
What was your
through
name again? I'm gonna act
these
like I'm
doors.
writing it down.
Mm. Goes, yes, sir. My name is. I've already used that one. My name is Tamar.
Well, Samar, if you wanted to just give us a personal guided tour quick, we won't take much of your time because we'll be back first thing in the morning.
I'll let the chief of security handle that. I need to man my station up here in case any proprietors come seeking to sell items. As that gentleman is behind you, I can't quite leave my post, but go through here and takes you through this door, opens it up, and I'm gonna move you guys just here, and I've got to figure out how to drop this. You know what? We're just going to go up like this. Boop. You'd think this would be a little bit more intuitive for me. And let's drag it down here.
Is that ledger written in erasable ink? Or I get them right. Hold on.
What ledger?
The ledger of items that the lady has.
The little black book of things that are there for the auction and etc.
I'm not sure quite what you're asking. Like, does she have a book?
No, you said there was
On
a
her desk.
list that she was reading that had things that were going to be on the auction for Saturday.
Not her. It was
No,
Valner.
I was looking at them. They up on the boards that are up front. But who knows? She might have something. As you pass by her desk, you could always look above table.
That is true. You are welcome to look. Sorry, that's kind of why I was asking him. Like, I don't think I had anything on there. But yeah, if you'll go ahead and roll a perception check, kind of as you're walking by.
I will roll one.
7.
Oh,
Holy
What the hell?
crap!
Both of us rolled a nat one.
oh,
Beautiful.
that's 2 nat ones. Oh,
For your next checks, go ahead and refresh because I swear you guys had the same rules earlier too.
I did.
But yeah. So for these ones, as you're walking by, you kind of look down a little bit, and then you notice her like watching you guys, and so you kind of quickly like divert your attention away, almost like you're just looking nonchalant, like that you're not going to run into the desk. But she takes you into this area. Oh, wrong one. Now I'm where I need to be. He takes you back in here to this area and just stands kind of by the door, lets you pass. She motions to the 2 guards that are there and says, "These 2 are reporting to the chief of security." And then they're like, "Okay, let them through." And then when she's right here, she just says, "Okay, you're going to go straight across from where you're at now and go into there, and you will find Tessa Ironshield that you're going to need to work with for all that. I'll return to my post." And she goes back in there. You guys kind of push this way. But yeah, basically that you guys want to go into this room. What do you guys want to do?
I will professionally head inside.
Okay. As you get around the corner, you do notice the door is open, and you see a woman sitting down at the desk, who you would assume is Tessa Ironshield. And just double check. I swear I have a description of her. Where did she go? You see a stern half-orc woman sitting up to a desk, and she looks at you as you enter through. Hey, what can I do for you? And she notices your badges and says, are you new?
Yes and no. I'm on an assignment for tomorrow for a client, but Hamar suggested I come speak with you because there's some things that we need to see ahead of time.
Go ahead and roll deception. Trying to make sure that's what you need to roll. I guess you're not checking things for Hamar, but you are on schedule tomorrow.
For my client, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, 18.
Okay. She kind of looks at both of you and goes, what exactly is your detail? As you're aware, the security here in the building is private. The Zalezo typically don't interfere. You guys watch the outside because it's in your interest, but I'm in charge of the inside.
Of course, but it is for a client who is selling a valuable item coming up on this next auction. That's why we are here. But that's why, again, he suggested that we speak with you.
Well, that's a good man, Lieutenant Hamar. I'm glad that he sent you my way. Which client are you working with, and what item are they selling?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to discuss that with you, as they are also in the building right now checking in, which you will probably meet here shortly. But I will say it is for a tapestry.
I'm not aware of a tapestry that's being auctioned off. However, go ahead and roll persuasion.
Uh, 13.
Okay. She just kind of looks you up and down and goes, all you new recruits always wanting to go and take a peek at the items. Tell you what, you show up to your post early tomorrow. We can maybe show you around to how we do things down below. There's nothing wrong with knowing some of the processes, but I can't take you into the areas with the items.
I'll ask as an accompanied escort so that we may be able to see the layout to make sure that we know that items will be safe. I need to know where you're storing them, the room that you'll be auctioning off, and where we can find the guest list of people that will be coming.
That's a lot of proprietary information for somebody who's going to be using our services. Anybody who's actually selling an item will be given a brief introduction and tour to the system. So that should be covered.
Look, I don't want to waste any more of your time, so if you could please just accompany us and let us see your layout, and we will not be any more problems. And again, we will check in with you in the morning to assist with whatever services you may need from us.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. Drop my dice all the way under my desk.
16.
Better.
Okay. She looks at you and goes, I could really get in trouble for doing this, you know. Tell you what, offer still stands. Come here tomorrow morning, and I'll show you around then. You come in early, and I can actually take you into some of the details. If your client is really selling something here, I will need their name to be able to continue. Otherwise, how do I know you're not just in here to pilfer something?
Do you not trust Hamar's judgment?
Hamar's judgment, maybe. But again, the Zalezo don't have any jurisdiction inside of here. All the security is up to me. Regardless if Hamar sent you, it's on my head if anything goes wrong.
Again, do you not trust his judgment? Should we pull all of our security away from your establishment?
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
My rolls are about to run out, Michael.
14. She goes, you know just as well as I that it doesn't matter what Hamar wants with this place. It's the marquee and the money it brings to Port Damali. So until the Exalted Collection Auction House does not bring that money and funding to the Zalezo from the sale of all these items. Oh man, I just lost what I was saying.
Shoot.
Hate it when that happens. Flipping notification popped up and anyway.
You may meet our buyer or our seller. I'll look at Onvea and I'll nod. Call him in, Onvea.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Don't
out,
necessarily. Go
I'm
ahead.
outside waiting for the for the receptionist to
Yeah.
get with Gabrielle and Reimer. I didn't realize that it would actually probably be more beneficial if I had gone first.
Maybe. But she goes, I don't need to meet them. I just need to know their name and what item they are in charge of.
Well, I think
Because
he's
I
actually
trust
checking it in as we speak.
Lieutenant Hamar.
Should be good.
So you're coming in here demanding a tour of an item that hasn't even been decided that it'll be sold here yet?
We're
Get
not
out.
demanding a tour of an
I will
item.
see you tomorrow. And I can still give you the same tour as usual. And if you do have something that will actually be sold, I'd be happy to go out of my way to help one of Lieutenant Hamar's lackeys and give you a little bit more of a tour. We are about service here. However, I'm not about to let just anybody who says they've got something valuable take an in-depth review of special areas of the Exalted Collection. Otherwise, what sort of security officer would I be?
Oh, one with the piss poor attitude, I might add.
It's this piss poor attitude that keeps this place safe. You better be happy about my piss poor
Your
attitude.
reputation doesn't precede you, hence why we are here.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation. Being snippy.
While he's doing that, I'm going to make a rotten egg smell with my prestidigitation.
Nice.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. She looks around and goes, what the heck? You know what? I don't have time for this. I might have a piss poor attitude, but it's still my job to keep this place safe. Offer still stands. I will walk you through some of the things tomorrow. If you have a buyer, or if you have someone auctioning something off, they are welcome to come. But I need to know their name and the item they are selling before I will give you a walkthrough. You're welcome to still guard just as normal, just as the Zalezo do. Who knows? If you do good enough, maybe I'll bring you in on security detail. I like that you don't take shit from people. Even people you should.
How far into the conversation with the receptionist have I gotten? Can I get into?
Let's go ahead and roleplay that. Let's pan over as she's kicking you out. I don't know if I like this splitting the party stuff, you guys. This is hard to handle.
It's hard to do, especially if we inadvertently get it out of order because we could have gotten a lot better.
Because so after she shuts the door and ushers those two back, she looks up at you and goes, "Excuse me, sir, are you quite ready?"
You know, Port Tamale is a very interesting location. It is a very interesting place. It is ridiculously full of beautiful women, because you are the second receptionist that I have met within Port Tamale. The other over at the Marquis, who is a good friend of mine. You are the second person that I have met. You are absolutely delectable.
And roll persuasion. We'll see how smitten she is by you.
I am here. I got a 26. I am here to see my good old friend, Gabriel Reimer. I have an item that needs to be auctioned off. In fact, the two people that you just took into the back were my personal security detail, sent here by Lieutenant Haima, whatever his name is.
Mm.
Lieutenant Haima.
Oh, yeah. I normally try. You're very, very charming, is what she says. She goes, and Lord Reimer, you said. Now typically Lord Reimer doesn't bother himself. That's not the right word. Bother himself with items that will be auctioned off. We have a few other people who would handle that. Initially, we do have. Give me a second to find
It's,
his name. I've got
it's,
so much
it's,
stuff.
it's my good old friend here. Is Mr. Gabriel Reimer here at the establishment right now? It has been here quite a long time since I've seen him.
Yes, he tries to be here during most of the business hours. That way, if any clientele do need him for whatever reason, he's available.
If you wouldn't mind, you are such an elegant person. If you could fetch him for me, I have not to give him a Zemnian kiss on the cheek in quite some time, and I would love to do so.
And go ahead and roll another persuasion.
I'm going to now
She's
use
gonna
my
insight.
no, okay, persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 1.
Oh, nice. Go ahead and
So,
re-roll, Mr. Halfling.
14.
14. Okay. She looks you up and down a little bit and goes, let me see if he's available to meet with someone. In the meantime, I believe I could get you in contact with our clerk, Gerald Maples. He handles the registration of items as well as appraising them.
Okay.
And she goes, okay, right this way, and gestures to the side.
Okay, yes, gracias, thank you.
Arceus, what is this? No, I'm just kidding. And she leads you into this room over here. And this time she actually steps away and leads you up in here.
Anything on the desk that I can tell as she's leading me?
Ooh, go ahead and roll your perception.
21.
Oh, nice. As you can see on the desk, there's basically, for lack of a better description, like a DM screen that kind of covers a bunch of the stuff. And she's a dwarf, so it is a bit lower. And as you're walking by, you're able to kind of glance to the side, and you can see perfectly down at a list of names and items. Unfortunately, you're a little too far to make anything out specifically, but you can tell that it's kind of like a list of people that she'd kind of be checking against, as well as a list of items, maybe some more information of like other various upcoming auctions.
Do I actually see the Crystal Ewer auction on there?
Ooh, what'd you say your roll was? 21?
21.
As you're kind of perusing the list, it's almost like I don't know if you guys ever get this. I do with glasses, but once you read a word and you take off your glasses, you can still sort of see it, you know?
Uh-huh.
Have you guys ever had that happen?
Yeah.
Just because your brain knows what it is and you're like, oh no, I can totally see how that says that word. So from the angle that you're at, you're able to look at the paper, and while you can't necessarily make out anything else, you do see some words that are about the length for the celestial crystal you were.
Okay, I accidentally trip and then
Okay.
kind of move off to the side so that I get towards the desk and like grab myself so that my hand is on the desk, and then I grab hold of my knee and then pull myself up, and just to try and find one name on that list.
Ooh,
As I look over at her and sorry, it's an old trick knee of mine that is
Hey,
that's
roll
terrible.
2. let's do a performance, and I'll let you pick between investigation and perception.
Okay, that is my performance of 24.
Okay.
And let's do investigation, perception. 15.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to play it off perfectly. In fact, so perfectly, you meant to accidentally trip yourself, but you actually tripped yourself. And so you like hit the edge of the desk, and then you fall in such a way that you actually really do land on the floor. Like that's how flawless of a performance it was. It was real. And then you stand up, and as you glance over, your eyes are drawn to Lady Violetta Bold
Yeah.
on the list.
Okay, I kind of wince and pull myself. I do apologize. You are such a wonderful person. You're such a wonderful individual for giving me the time of day. I'm very sorry. My trick knee just happened to go out.
Don't you worry. You poor thing. Are you okay?
No, thank you. Just maybe a little hand.
Sorry, I said she was a dwarf.
Yes, you
Are
did.
you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. That desk likes to come out of nowhere. If you'll follow me right this way. And as you enter into this guard room, the two guards are there, and she says, "This gentleman is going to be meeting with." I can't ever remember the names. There's like 50 in here. Hang on.
Where are my
Gerald Maples.
where are my gods right now?
Oh, the two that came in front of you.
Yes.
They are actually meeting over with the head of security.
Yeah, could you get them for me, please?
Yes.
After you introduce me to whoever this next to Gerald.
Absolutely. And she takes you in here and goes, I'm sorry, but at this point, we're going to need to have you leave any weapons with these guards.
Oh, that's perfectly
They take good care of them.
That's perfectly fine. And I take out my saber and I show it to her. And noticeably, there is an emblem, a faded emblem on the end of it that shows the academy.
Cerberus Assembly, or is it?
It's the academy, actually. It's
Solstice?
It's the Solstice Academy. Yeah.
Solstice, yeah. Okay. You kind of brandish it out, and he goes.
Basically, I'm a decorated, not necessarily wartime soldier, but like, it's not police; it's more military.
Right. Okay. She looks at it and just goes, "That's a nice weapon you have there." And the two guards, though, they look and they're like, "Oh my gosh," and kind of noticeably regard you higher, and they like gently take it and gingerly set it on one of their hooks beside them. And then as you're leaving the room, you kind of hear a little bit of excited.
Yeah, I stand to attention and give them a little, metal slap on my scales, and we walk.
Awesome. They both kind of pat a little bit and then continue. They rolled a nat 20 on the recognizing, which obviously that's when I rolled a 20. And she opens up the door and goes, "Excuse me, Mr. Gerald Maple, or Mr. Jared, Mr. Maples.
Gerald.
This is. Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. I did not grab your name."
Aye. This is my name is Valna Stonebridge.
This is Mr. Valner Stonebridge, and he has an item that he wishes to appraise for entry into the auction house. And you see Jared Maples. His desk is in immaculate condition. He's got everything where it's supposed to be. All the portraits and like everything in his space looks like it was generated by a computer. Just very nicely organized.
As the dwarf reception is leaving, I'll say, you were a jewel. What was your name again?
Thank you so very much, Valner. Yes, my name is Tamar.
Oh, that's right. Your name is Tamar.
Mm-hmm. And write it down. That's the trick I learned.
If Gabriel is available, please send him. And then
So-
my two security detail as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll go grab your security detail, and then I will see if Lord Gabriel Reimer has time for you today, sir. And as you walk into the office, the dwarf receptionist leaves, and you see that Gerald Maples, and he's got a little name plaque on his desk. He is a halfling, much like yourself, standing in front of you in pretty well dressed clothing. Definitely would be a hit with the nobles.
And a very nicely arranged room, right? Very detailed.
Very detailed.
Is it OCD or is it just?
If you had to go ahead and do an insight.
Just 12.
Okay. If you had to guess, he's just meticulous. And he looks up at you and goes, Mr. Valner Stonebridge, what pleasure do I owe you? What do you have to offer the auction house? What can we do for you?
Mr. Gerald. And has he been here before? Do I know this person?
Who? Oh, do you know this person? Gosh.
Has he been, has it been 8 years?
I forget that you've done
right
that much.
What? I would say that he's new, but that's just me.
Yeah, I might go on the edge of that, but why don't we, for everybody in here that's got a name, let's roll a d20, and let's roll a d12, and if it's less than 8, then they're new, and if it's more than 8, then they've been here for that many years. Is basically what I'm getting at.
All right, so Gerald. Oh, okay. So Gerald's new, but I would say, what's her name? Tessa has been there.
Okay, okay. What'd you get for Gerald?
1. Gerald 1 and Tessa 9.
Okay.
I mean, I figured that Tamar probably. Did you want her on that scale too? I mean, receptionist is a tough one.
Yeah, receptionist is a tough one. She wasn't named originally, so it's up to you, I guess. But I think based on the interaction so far, she's new. You don't recognize her. Anyway, he introduces himself.
Mr. Gerald, have I an item for you to appraise? It is wondrous. It is amazing. It is actually an original by Mr. Delise. And I pull out the tapestry.
And as you pull it out, unfurl it a little bit, he starts inspecting it.
Sword's not in there, right?
Sword is not in there.
Okay, just making sure that you guys didn't sneak it in on me.
It's like the Sorting Hat. That would be great.
That would be great.
Oh my gosh. He looks at the tapestry initially and goes, so this is the item that you wish to sell through the Exalted Auction House?
I needed appraised first of all, and then I was thinking of having it go up for auction. Just very quickly this coming Delesa for the auction that is going on this weekend.
You wish to add it to the upcoming auction. That might require additional... Why does voice change? That might require additional approval through
which is
Mr.
fine.
Reimer.
Which is fine. And the thing is that me and Mr. Reimer had dealings for many years. Just unfortunately, I have been on a minor vacation for the last 8 years, and I'm trying to get back into the trade. So I'm positive that he'll probably waive this fee. But I was noticing out in the front, the Dragon Heart amulet is up for sale, and the Starlight Lute is up for sale. But I saw like a little, a bit of time in between that I was hoping to have this item at least attempted to be up on the docket.
I will take note. We will probably need to assess additional fees to cover the expedited appraisal and
For that
marketing.
and for that one in particular, the thing is that I have my own detail, my own security detail that has gone through the rigorous um, um, background checks under Lieutenant Heimer to be available during that time. That way, it won't take any additional money or funds from you. That will actually come out of my own pocket for my own personal detail. However,
Go ahead and roll an persuasion on
uh,
that.
okay, I'm going to right now go ahead and use my divine oath to add my persuasion checks to get even more charisma.
Okay.
Frickin' trash.
What did you roll?
Nat 20. 33.
Oh, nice. That is sick. Okay, pause on that. About this point, Tessa has just told Anvea and I keep going to call you Eldrin. Xander. Wow, shiz. I will get it down eventually. Like, you guys can leave. This is still up for. I'm still offering you the chance tomorrow to go and see everything, and you hear it. She goes, come in, and the dwarf receptionist is there and goes, yes, I'm sorry to interrupt, miss, but we have somebody selling an item, and these are their security detail, and oh shoot, wrong voice, and he's requested that I bring them back over here. He also apparently knows Lord Reimer. But I'm verifying that if you'd like to come with me. And at that point, she just kind of looks at you both, Anvea and Xander. If you guys want to react to it, you guys are welcome to.
I will kind of look like not surprised and like almost like about time.
Okay. And she just goes, see, it seems that I needed to just talk to the right people. Well, you go ahead and go on. Like I said, if the item goes up for sale, your client is allowed with the slight tour tomorrow. But regardless, I will show you around a little bit when you arrive early tomorrow. And I mean 7 sharp. I know you show up at 8, but 7.
I want to leave another stinky smell.
I'll have to have a conversation with Lord Reimer tomorrow about today. But please lead on, little dwarf.
All right, and the dwarf leads you guys over to Valner. It's about this point in your conversation, Valner, that Anvea and Xander come in.
Yes, and I've got the tapestry laid out, and I'm having Mr. Gerald take a look at it.
All right, sounds good. And this lady is going to go ahead and disappear. All right. You lay out the tapestry. He notices the two come in, and he just goes, welcome. The guards, I presume, the detail that you discussed earlier. I'll be sure to make note of that. Well, and takes out a magnifying glass and kind of looks over it and goes, this tapestry appears very extravagant. Wherever... you don't have to answer. I have to legally announce that, but I am also a very curious person. Where did you come by this?
It's actually an old family heirloom that, had been absconded for quite some time. We were able to reacquire it under quite an amount of duress, and there's a magical quality about it because we are under the impression that this item also depicts a location, and having a person that appraises such items actually might be able to tell us a little bit more about the history of this item.
Well, that is very interesting information. Thank you for indulging me. We aren't required to include this information by any means, but if you would like me to, on the detailed handout for it, I'm losing words. Would you like me to include that description of how it was retrieved, or no?
No, that is
Okay.
actually just for you to realize that the value is a little bit more mystical, magical, and in actuality might not be the well, it needs to be in the proper hands. Let's just put it that way.
I agree. Now, I am the clerk. I do have an eye for various things, and just to let you know, this does appear to be authentic as far as I am concerned. I do see the Edelweiss signature in the bottom, which is quite impressive, seeing as how a lot of her works have been kept in private collections for a while. I'm sure this would be a worthy piece, so I will get it in front of our appraiser. However, before I do pass that along to him and send you on your way, what would you like to start the bidding at for this item?
Yeah, that is a good question.
2,000 platinum.
He looks to you and just goes, "Gods," and turns back to Dalner. Take your time if you.
The bidding would probably begin. Let's say 5,000 gold pieces. So what is that?
Okay.
500 platinum.
500 platinum. What you said? 2,000 platinum initially, Hawk. Okay.
Yep.
Just want to make note. Oh man, where am I going to put this? Page.
It would be one of those items that basically that somebody that actually has a keen eye would be wanting to purchase.
Agreed. I do feel 5,000 gold pieces may be. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I never even asked this of myself.
Too much?
I don't know. Hang on, give me just a second to think. I was actually kind of assuming that it would be around that anyway, though, for most of these items.
Right. The
Because
crystal.
I think the crystal ewer starts at $5,000 is what I said too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, as best as possible. I mean, this item could be kept in your possession as you find out the nooks and crannies of it, and then you can provide us a little bit more detail and maybe even find out the extensive history. We believe that it may be attached to some type of magic through the Feywild. That cannot be verified, but we just don't really need it in nefarious hands. And by putting it at that price and starting at that price, I believe we'll be able to keep those hands away from it.
That makes sense. I will put that down as consideration as we bring it over to the appraiser. Is there anything else that you would like?
If I am going to leave this object with you, these two security detail need to go through the operations of this location right now, moving forward. Because if it's going to remain in your possession, they need to know the ins and outs of this, of the current details of the security. I imagine Tessa Ironshield is still at least part of the security detail, and I know that she was quite good in her day, and I want to ensure that the security measures are taken to keep this item secure.
So you know of Tessa, the head of security. Yes, she was actually who I would suggest to take you through those motions. I believe. What was I going to say?
Yeah, we're getting too sleepy.
Yeah,
we're almost there.
It's getting close. Almost there. Oh my gosh. And I don't want to pound more caffeine. Well, I can't anyway,
Right.
but
Same here.
but anyway, he just goes, "Oh, yes, I believe that Tessa would be who you would need to speak with. I can walk you over there to her office if you would be so inclined. And I'll
Yes.
take the item with me until it is. You can keep the item with you until you are satisfied."
That'd be great. And I take the item and I fold it up and nicely, and I will hand it over to Xander with his little bag of holding.
Right, sounds good. Interrupt me if you guys need to, but he takes you over to Tessa's office. And as he opens up the door, he goes, yes, Miss, can't remember her name right now, Miss Ironshield. I have this client who has offered up a pretty excellent piece. He has requested some information regarding the security detail for this item, and I believe it is customary that you take them through. She eyeballs Xander and Onvea and looks to Valner, and she just kind of blinks slowly and like rolls her eyes a little bit. She doesn't recognize you.
Oh, okay.
And then she goes,
I hold out my hand, or at least I hold up my hand. It's a pleasure to meet you, Tessa. It has been a long time since I have heard your name, actually. I used to have dealings with the auction house many years ago in transferring items up to the Dwendalian Empire.
so you used to work for us a little bit, huh? Sorry, I'm not really great with vases all the time. More great about catching.
Yeah, who is nowadays?
Perpetrators.
I mean, it's a difficult business, and you can hardly trust anyone nowadays. Just know that I do know for a fact that you are very good at your job, and I know that this item would be good in your hands. And again, my name is Valda.
Let's see. I need to look at checks. What's a charisma? Yeah, charisma's persuasion. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Just want to see how she's warming up to you.
19.
All right.
With guidance, 20, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. She looks at you and just goes, Val, you said your full name, right? Valner Stonebridge?
Nope, just Valner.
Oh, just Valner. Okay. She looks at you a little bit and just goes, that name sounds a bit familiar in my mind. But if you really are seeking to be a proprietor, I assume that Gerald has taken down all of your information, and we can go ahead and get you a bit of a tour of the place.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I wouldn't mind tagging along.
Now will make it obvious with his eye roll in the back.
She looks at you, and you can tell that this is just as painful as ever. She does not want to do this just because she was wrong in a way.
That played out perfectly now. Because now it's foot and mouth.
Yeah, 100%. Then she goes, okay, well, we're going to have to go out around to the basement, and that is where we will show you where we keep the items in a way. And let me...
As they're leaving the room, do I see anything on the desk as we're walking out that would be useful to us?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception investigation, either one of those. And if anybody wants to assist, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Yes. Yeah, I'll assist.
Okay.
I was on the fence with using detect magic, but I don't want to. Yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
I don't want to all of a sudden do this and be like, blah, detecting magic all over the place. So
yeah, only 10.
Okay. You look at the desk, and a lot of it is kind of hard to make out. Um, some of it just kind of seems like random scribbles and stuff. Maybe some of it's some shifts, but it doesn't necessarily make a ton of sense to you. It just looks like they try and keep two guards stationed a lot of places most of the hours of the day. Let me drag this
I
over
would like to
here.
just, as we're leaving, grab a handful of papers and put them in my bag.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand
Assuming
check.
she's bleeding.
I will. I'll do the trick knee thing one more time as we're walking out the door.
Go ahead and roll your performance, and then you go ahead and roll your sleight of hand, Xander.
11.
Okay.
Oh, that's convincing.
16.
Okay. As Valner goes to trip, he doesn't do a very convincing job. He looks back at you, Valner, and just goes, weak knees, I get it. Hey! And then sees you kind of reaching for a piece of paper and just goes, none of those are for you. I'll give you your orders tomorrow.
She beat my 16, huh?
Oh, yeah. I rolled an 18.
Oh, did she?
And
dude, sometimes
plus.
people can have some like plus 18 perception too, like just off of
Right.
passive. So you have to be cautious of that one too. I mean, isn't yours way high? Hawk,
I think
is it your passive
always.
like way high?
My passive is only 12.
Oh, it's only 12.
Yeah,
It's
is it
usually-
on Vea's?
Mine
On Vea's
is
is 16.
Yeah, wisdom people like can go off the chart, man.
Yeah.
They can be like yeah, I try to slip away. Like that's why Vax and what's her name?
Vex?
No,
They had to give me some guidance over there.
that's why Vax and Keyleth
Oh, yeah.
are so in tune, because he'll be like, I'm going to stealth away, and it's like she's the only one that can tell.
That.
Yeah, she's the only one that can tell. It's like, yeah, I've got a passive 22. He's like, I roll a 21. Then yeah, you saw him leave.
That's sick. All right. Yeah. At some point, she goes to take you out. Do you mention anything about your sword?
Me? No.
Okay. Yeah. She
I'll
takes
pick
you
it up.
out the front.
I'll pick it up on the way out.
Okay. On the way out right now.
No, like when we leave the building.
When we leave.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I'm not going to walk around armed. No.
Okay. No, that's great. She takes you out front and kind of takes you around behind the back. I can't remember what side I said, north, south, east, or west, but she goes down some stairs that eventually comes to this area, and you see a guard station just right outside with a window. They immediately recognize Tessa and kind of wave her in. She immediately opens up the door and she just says, all right, here's the spiel with all this. What I do show you, you need to keep quiet. This is proprietary information as far as how we keep our items safe. Any information that does get out will jeopardize not only your item, but everyone else's. And that obviously cannot happen. Any questions on that?
No, that makes perfect sense.
All right.
And I nod my head at the two guardsmen.
All right. She walks in and says, "We have two guardsmen posted right here at the point of every day. Oh my gosh, at any moment of every day, and they are required to vet anybody who's walking up to the window before they are allowed in here. They are also required to turn over any arms, weapons, armor, or not armor." weapons and other items here at the desk. They will also scan any items that are to be picked up and dropped off, make sure that they aren't nefarious in any way. Then, and she gestures over here to this corner, then this window, and you can see into this spot, there's a clerk standing right behind there. It says this window is actually where items are distributed. Once the appraiser approves it, things will be moved down here, and they can be picked up in person from this window location after the auction is completed. By that time, we have already collected the money from the purchaser of said item, so you do not have to worry.
When we went down the stairs, about how many stairs did we go down? About how many feet are we underneath the ground?
You guys are about 10 feet below, or 20 feet below the ground. Sorry.
Oh, really? 20. Ooh. Okay.
And she puts her key in and actually opens up this window. This person steps back a little bit, and she... How do I select a lot of people? Walks you guys in here, kind of locks that back up, and then motions in here and says, this is another security measure. These doors are to remain locked at all times. We have items that are going on auction through this door to the north, and points to this door. Which I don't know if you can really see it with that person in the way, but yeah, points to this door. And then motions to this one and says, this one also remains locked, and this is the location for any items that have been purchased.
All three doors that we just went by, are there any visible cracks underneath the door? Would a mouse or a rat be able to fit underneath those doors?
Are you asking her, or just in general from what you're gauging?
I am trying to perceive whether something could fit underneath it.
Something
So like is it fit to the floor? Is it like a perfect fit?
Right.
Door?
Is it like suction cupped?
Or is it a door like that?
The door outside. So this one is like for lack of a better word, it's like weather stripped and all that stuff, right? So it is practically airtight.
Okay.
This one over here, where it's kind of more of like a makeshift window and everything, it's down to the floor, but it's got an open window. And so not airtight, but it is solid with the floor. These two doors are regular plain doors. They are reinforced, I guess I should say, and they are locked, but they are more like just any regular door. It's not a storm door by any means.
So they might have a little bit of crack underneath them.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of crack.
So
technically,
like something could get into the window and then be in that next room, and then from there go underneath the doors.
Right.
Okay.
That's just kind of going based off of some passive perception.
I'm just doing my passive perception as we walk through.
And then she cracks open this, knocks and cracks open up the door, kind of sticks her head in, and you hear her talking to somebody else. And then she just goes, there are some items in this area that are not able, that we're not able to purview at this moment. Somebody has failed to pick these items up, or they are in the process of being transferred. So we aren't allowed in this room right now. However, I can explain the layout. Oh, go ahead.
Where do those items? I mean, if somebody does not come and get them, are they go back up on auction, or how do those items get resold?
If nobody ever comes to retrieve it, and we've already received payment, they will go up on auction after 6 months of attempting to contact the previous buyer.
6 months. It's not like 30 days.
Not like 30 days.
Yeah, and I giggle.
A 30-day return policy?
30 day in pawn, basically.
Oh, yes.
No, that totally makes sense.
Okay.
And then she goes, but I can describe the room to you. Like I said, this door is locked. It's lined with shelves and everything, properly documented on who the owner is, as well as identification. And it actually goes through our curator, Mr. Elias Vesper.
I'm assuming you have not as well as physical protection, but magical protection.
Yes, that is correct. We do have some measures against magical spells, like being able to cast a spell to break any of the walls inside of the Exalted Collection Auction House. We are aware that metal tools and spells are equally as dangerous, and so we have warded against both.
Will you allow me to at least attempt such an endeavor to try a spell?
Maybe not here. It would set off far too many alarms. But I believe the guard station just outside and kind of motions. Oh, that's the wrong window.
And what if this
Motions over here.
what if I were just to see or visually see the magic within the room? Would you allow a spell of that type?
Just the ability to detect some magic. I think that's acceptable. I don't know if we set off any alarms. In fact, if we did, I would assume that our appraiser and many others would set off the alarm far too often for it to be worth it.
Okay, and I move my hands and just say a little something about detect magic.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and cast Detect Magic, and
10 minutes.
Cool. Right now, immediately, you're getting. Can't ever remember the school names anymore, but I know I stuck with Abjuration initially with the walls, and you're getting a lot of that as well. You feel like they've been altered with Abjuration.
A lot of shielding.
And a lot of shielding. The doors themselves appear to be magically reinforced.
Oh, okay.
And how far is it? 30 feet?
It is 10 minutes, and it goes 30 feet from myself.
Okay.
So I am the central point. So 15. Right? Is it a 30-foot cylinder? I believe. So yeah, 15 feet out that way, or all around.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you are able to get quite a bit of pings. You put it up, and is it that you hear like music and stuff, or is that your divine sense?
Let's actually put it at that. Maybe just for the sake of who Valna is as a person, instead of visually seeing it, maybe it hums. Maybe I get a humming or kind of an orchestral sense.
All right. As you're kind of directing your gaze places, you get some of the hums and stuff of like, okay, the walls have been reinforced. You get some information of the doors themselves have been reinforced. And then as you look towards the north, it's just a cacophony of noise.
Right. Okay. And anything else to show us down in this room?
She just kind of finishes up. All the items will stay in here until they're picked up or transported. We also have our mages who will deliver them magically. But at that point in time, you'll already have your money.
Oh yes, that makes sense. What about in this room to the north?
So that room to the north, I think I'll be able to take you in there.
Will we have access to see and check on our item when we need to?
No.
We will be able to escort it down to this area, correct?
Will you be able to escort it down to this area?
Will my security detail be able to escort it down to this location? Because we see that it is absolutely secure, as you have just suggested. But as long as we can see the object go in, then it will give me a lot of peace of mind.
Yes, you would be allowed to escort this down here. A lot of times, if you do book it in and agree, we would actually utilize our back system so it does not leave the confines of the Exalted Auction House. But that is entirely up to you. Once the appraiser sees it, it is still your item until it has been placed under our care here. At which time, it's still your item, but we are protecting it as per our contract. Either way, let's proceed in here. Just know I cannot open any of the individual vaults. That would be against policy of the Exalted Auction House, would cost me my job, and could potentially cost some of you your lives if something were to be mishandled.
We don't want to go. We don't want you to go that far. That is perfectly acceptable. Just as long as we are able to view where they can be stored, that is perfectly acceptable. We don't need to actually enter those areas. Thank you.
All right, and with that, she does take you into this section, and you see a. There's got to be a better way to do the fog. Anyway, you see this room kind of opens up, and there's some spots where they have stations for guards to sit if anything were to go on or go out of control. Like they've got, sorry, I'm talking with my hands. I need to be talking with my teeth. They've got these kind of like little alcoves and stuff where they can use to reinforce stuff if they need to. There's doors on either side of the hall that leads up to this reinforced cage that has a pulley system attached to it. And you guys would be able to easily assume that this is their system that they're talking about of transporting the item without it leaving the confines.
This would be very familiar to me, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I can't remember exactly how much you've done with the Exalted Collection. If you were just in transport, because I'm having transport handled like they get it to the transport and then it's in the caravan's care at that point.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
And so, yeah, so most of this information I think would be fairly new to you, Valner, just for the sake of not having to remember
and,
everything.
Does everything, is everything pinging?
Everything is pinging. If you still got it up, yeah, everything in each of these rooms is pinging. You get a mixture of necrotic and abjuration and conjuration and the other ones.
Yeah.
Basically, you can safely assume that all of the magical items are kept in these places. But each of these vault doors, according to your guys' passive perception, is completely seamless with the walls. And they're reinforced, heavy steel. There's multiple locks on them.
And there's also magic coming from them, right?
And magic coming from the individual doors.
Okay. I head up to here, and when I look up, like right, because this goes up to the next floor, correct?
Yes.
For delivery. Is there any magic that is right in here?
So as you kind of peek your head into the cage and look up, I don't know how better to describe it, but it literally just looks like a cage. And you look up and you see that it goes up not only 60 feet, but 80 feet because you're in the basement.
Sure.
And you can see it goes quite a bit of the ways up there. It's fairly well lit by magical means, which does ping off a little bit. And the cage itself appears to be magically enchanted.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna just say more abjuration for lack of better explanation.
Basically, they put the item on here, and then it gets raised up to the top for presentation.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what you can safely assume.
That way, it's magically protected all the way up.
Yeah.
And then
she
when it
does.
gets to the top, it's still in its cage,
And this is
or
where
is it
Tessa pipes up and
on display?
goes. The items, once they are taken out of here, are put on display on the auction house floor. We have 4 guards stationed up there at any given time, as well as Lord Reimer is occupying up there and entertaining during the auctions themselves. And you can rest assured that while it's on display, it is safe.
Of course, so as he always has, very hands-on person he is.
Absolutely. Wait, how hands-on, Valner?
Okay.
Sorry. Just realized what time it is.
Yeah. Do we want to? Yeah.
I think this would be a good spot to end.
Yeah.
There's more that we can do,
Woo.
but yes, lots and lots of stuff, lots and lots of information, and yeah, at that point, she just kind of states, "Yep, your items are safe. We've never had an item stolen."
Not here.
Not here.
Yeah. So
We've never had an item stolen from these sections, and your items are safe with us.
so right over, what is it? So T, show what you're looking at. Others click.
Yeah, T. I can see your.
Okay, so over here,
Oh.
right? Is that area like it went downstairs, but we had to go outside to go into it, right?
Yes. So basically, what I'm envisioning, right? So if we pull up, let's see. I'm in.
I gotcha.
That's wild. No, I won't put them all. So we're here, right? So we are facing southwest,
Right.
and so the southwest face of the Exalt. Gosh, stay there.
The southwest face would be where that
Would be this entrance over here.
Okay.
And then you guys come out and go around the corner. Let's see. Around this corner. I can't remember exactly where to put the stairs.
So but
it's basically got to go around most of the building. You go down like a ramp or a set of stairs. I think a ramp makes most sense. They can load the carriage down there that way.
Right.
And then down here is where you get to the guard station. So it kind of wraps around the building.
Man, okay. Not bad, man. Woo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be brutal.
Oh, it'll be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
You guys have only seen the 2 areas.
Oh man. Yeah, we gotta see upstairs. All right, man.
All right, gentlemen. Till next week, then, I guess.
Yeah. Till next week.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
See ya.
All right. See ya.
Yeah. So I imagine that not everybody got together to find out whether they wanted